Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video, the season is nearly upon us and it is long overdue time to get this girl ready for action for the 16th of January when the slurry season opens up for us. So as per usual, a few days before it is Wednesday and we're starting now, but we don't have too much to do, but we do have one big job to do. Big job we have to do, and we know it's when we finished up the year, and of course, like everything else, we said we'd do this and that and other, and then we'll do this when it comes round to it, is Kingpin bearing is gone. If I stand back, Kingpin bearing is gone and the wheel is chamfered in. It actually doesn't seem to look too bad there. Both sides, I think we're going to do both sides while we're at it. Yes, that side's definitely gone. So that's the big end of what we have to do, is that, and then it's just service the tractor, a couple of little electrical things to sort out, a few lights, small bits, full greasing, full service, and I want to open up the macerator to check to see what kind of wear I have left in it, just to make sure that it'll finish out the season, and then we might have to change it next season, or we might have to change it now, but I just need to open up just to see how much tension is left in the springs. But other than that, it should be straightforward enough. Clean out, service out, happy days. But at the end of this video, we're making a sizable upgrade and improvement in our slurry spreading efficiency and just how we do it in general, so stay tuned to the end of the video for that. And one final thing, people do say, my ring on my finger, this is a rubber ring. Can I play with it with one hand? It's rubber. That's all it is. It's not the real one. The real one is a heck of a lot smaller than that. It's only a rubber ring. And just so people know, I keep forgetting to say it in videos, but yeah, so I have a rubber ring on. Liv has a rubber ring on as well, and the real ones are kept inside for good occasions. But first things first anyways, take off the front reeler and take off the back reeler, just to take the weight off the tractor, make it a bit easier to get the macerator, and then get in and start greasing everything. So I have to move 7618 out of the way. Brought a bull to the butcher's there today, so yeah, we'll have fresh beef. 2 weeks from when you watch this video, we'll have fresh beef back in the shop. But anyways, get this moved and we get started into it. So I get this out of the way. And that's the front wheeler off. So now we're back up to the workshop door. Also, it is peeing rain with the 1200 in the workshop. I can't get in, so looks like it's another one for outside in the rain, but whatever. Someday we might have nothing in the workshop that we'll be able to actually work on the regular stuff inside the workshop, but we live in home. We live in home. Make sure I don't back in here now when I'm going around the corner. So that's our apart now, so it just leaves a bit easier for working in there, greasing up all that. I've sort out a few droppers need to be changed up, get the step ladder in and be able to get up at the macerator a little bit easier, and just get at all the back end of it. Yes, it does need a wash. Probably should have washed it before I went at this, but I just want to make sure we get everything done that needs to be done maintenance wise, and then I'll wash it, just in case we find something else that could be wrong and I just lose that day, because I should be able to get to a fair bit this evening and just run through a lot of it to make sure everything is okay, just in case by the off chance there be something that was missed that needed to be done. Last year when we went to drive out of the yard, got up in the morning, get into the tractor, lifted the front wheeler, boom, pipe burst, front wheeler come down, and we lost the first day of spreading because of a bloody burst pipe for the front links. So yeah, anyway, what am I going to do next? Get out the cab and then go round everything with the grease gun. That's the plan. So it's the next day. It is incredibly windy. Father Phil has just had some of the bolts open. He's just finishing his dinner. I'm getting ready now to jack up the front axle, so we can whip that wheel off and then get these Kingpin bearings. And so yeah, that's where I'm at now, but it's incredibly windy, so we'll do a bit of time lapsing and maybe not too much filming. We get stuck into it.
I've been staging a protest, swapping guns
This is the new battery live. So, still windy, and after a good bit of hardship, we got the wheel off. So the wheel was just between a tight fit, and when was the last time it would have been off? It was 10 years ago when it was put on it. So I took a bit of Mr. Torch, little bit of persuasion, and Mr. Heat.
They were bought in Killaloo, down at Limerick, at Fines.
Yeah.
And I brought them up and put them on it in 13.
In 13, so it's 10 years. Yeah, they're starting to wear out a bit. You can see there's that bit more wear on the inside, same as how the back tyres go. So
You don't have your push
leave it lying, and then again that's just not going to roll anymore. Yeah, I had them all. I had
some of these wrong.
No, I have them open from when I was taking off the system.
Right, pull away there.
Here.
They will hold the camera, I'll hold the mud wing, and you can do the grunting. See, grunting. Last thing to do.
Campaign is for liberty. Here to render a legacy. We are the dreamers and the party queens. I just wanna.
So you'll have to excuse the wind. Not a great day for it, but I have the hub open and no filings. Everything looks lovely and clean. Nice clean actually looking oil, so it's looking quite good. But this is where we have a problem. The bearing around that is gone, so it's a matter of it has to be pulled up and bearing upon it or something along them lines. The problem is it has to be heated to swell it and then wet up out of it, which Father Phil has a tool inside that he made up for doing the 3075 quite some time ago. I don't even ever remember one of these being done on any of the tractors, so it's the first time it's ever been done on this. So I suppose it's not too bad to get 20, I always said 28,000, but we'll be heading for 29,000 hours now on the tractor and never have to touch that, and we've had it since 10,000 hours, so yeah, not too bad. So it's another day, and we're after getting something very special fitted, and I have had to put back on the wheel. We don't have the kingpin there and done yet, but Father Phil had to go off rolling barley, so, and that's him ringing me now. So Father Phil is literally on his way back after finishing up the rolling. But yes, we had put back on the wheel because we have to go calibrate this, because Vantage Ireland are here and they're after fitting another Trimble system to the tractor. So we have upgraded. We will talk a bit at the end about why we've upgraded, but we're after going for a Trimble system, the very same as in the 99 over there, kindly given to us by Trimble themselves to get us on the road. So full team here today to get this in. Are done or?
No, easy enough.
Easy enough.
Very little room to hide any cables as well.
Yeah, so big thanks to the lads from Vantage Ireland for getting it in, because they're literally got it in Friday and Monday we're going at Slurry, so just in time. So
We've also added Isobus to that as well, like, so.
Isobus as well.
There's Isobus to that as well, because
Yeah.
you're going to be getting a Isobus flow meter there, so
Yeah,
it'll all tie into the system and you'll know what you put in where.
yeah. So that's why we went with the Trimble system, is we're getting a flow meter fitted. Vantage is sponsoring a flow meter to our umbilical system, so that's why we said we were going to change to the Trimble, so that all ties in together, so we have precision slurry spreading. Unfortunately though, the flow meter is on its way in transit, not going to be here yet, but we should have it fitted hopefully in the next week or two.
Yeah, in the next week or 10 days.
Yeah, but it's not a big job to get it fitted, is it?
No, it's only plug and play. So in your umbilical system there, all you're going to be doing is bolting this out, and flow meter will bolt straight in there.
Yeah.
3-pin power then into the back of the tractor, and through Isobus it'll automatically come up on your screen then inside the tractor.
The Isobus socket that's fitted.
The Isobus socket that's fitted there today.
Just in above the spools.
Yeah. So you're plugging directly in there. You have your 3-pin power and flow meter bolts directly in there.
Straight in there, so it's a fairly straightforward job.
Very straightforward. It's plug and play. Literally, you'd have it installed in half an hour.
That'll suit us rightly, because we'll pull up for an hour or two wherever we're working and we'll get it banged into it.
Here, Phil, we've the layout of our software. So this is the Farmer Core. So basically on Farm, we have two different versions of software, Farmer Core and Farmer Pro. So the software is linked to your display inside the tractor. So your fields which are saved here, once you have them saved on your GPS screen, they're automatically synced back here. The same with your equipment, so your vehicles and your implements. With your inputs and materials, then you can record, and under commodities, you can record what fertilizers and sprays are purchased on the farm and what is used, and what is, as it's being used, it'll come off your inventory on the software. So you'll know at all times what amount of spray is left or what tonnage of fertilizer is left inside in the yard. Certain features on this probably wouldn't apply to what you're doing, but if we go over here to work orders, that would be a big feature now that would work, I suppose, that would benefit you big time. You can actually send, if you'd a different driver, if you'd your brother or someone driving one of the tractors, you can send a work order from your computer, from your desktop or from your phone, which will then appear up on the GPS screen inside the tractor.
Yes.
So it'll tell the driver of the tractor exactly what job you want to do, so what implement to use, what field you want to go into, what rate of slurry or fertilizer you want to spread. Even for invoicing customers of recording, say the cost of you putting out the slurry, what you're charging an hour, what your costs are in terms of diesel, paying a driver, things like that, depreciation on the tractor, all that can be recorded on the software. The analytics tab, you can print off your proof of placement reports, your cost reports, and there's a range of different reports that can be printed off.
So when I go to spread slurry for a farmer and I map out the field and I flow meter records where it all went across the field along with the straight lines, it comes back to that, and then I use that software, then I can print off a report with to the farmer with where all the slurry went across the acres, the gallons spread.
Yeah, so you can go down the route, and I suppose that's more so going down the route of varied spreading. So even say the likes of your fertilizer spreaders or sprays, if you're spreading different amounts across the field, by generating, I suppose, at first day, by generating a prescription map which can be uploaded onto your GPS system, you can get the results back onto the software here then as well to show the varied amount being spread around the field.
Now, if you're doing combine as well, you can bring back your yield maps in.
Yield maps onto that.
Yield mapping and sort of thing, you know, and then if you get your soil sampling done as well, you can add all that in, and then you can create like prescription maps for certain fields within that software.
One-stop shop to get all your, I suppose, recording data really is the main thing, and being able to print your reports afterwards.
Yeah, it's giving you, recording that data, got traceability and also communication between all your fleet.
Definitely looking forward to getting using and seeing how it works and how it's going to benefit the job now. Definitely. So it is night time. Trimble are gone, all calibrated, all ready to go on that end in the tractor. I'm just sorting out all my pipes, so just short a few clips, one there, 3 the other side. I still have to do the ones in the middle. They're probably the worst of the whole lot. Don't think I changed any of them last year. But Father Phil has his tool made for pulling the kingpins, but a bit of an issue is there.
So we're tracking that just to clean up the side. I think it's just the side that's not done. Dirt.
In the top of that.
Yeah, I think
The bigger bolt will go into it, or?
yeah, well, I thought the door was a bit too small, and I proved my point, it was too small. Just pulled down that.
Yeah.
This one wouldn't go into it the other day at all.
Yes.
But because this is pulled out now, it has pulled off whatever damaged thread was on the top of it.
So now that's...
And that's going into it far better, but it's still not right.
Yeah.
I think it just needs to just a track go in it just to clean up that thread. There might be no ball bearing or something like down in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So what Father Phil has for pulling is that. So we went to our local metal man and we got that bit of steel, which is a serious thick wall bit of round.
Mid-wall.
And then look at that for a lump of steel. That is a lump of steel and a half. So I brought this off today to get bored in the local, how would you say, engineering works, because well, we could have taken a couple of days to try and get that drilled, but he'd have done in 10
pull
minutes.
on a fine thread and then heat the butt. Heat the axle to release the butt.
So as Father Phil says, it's a fine thread on the top.
Really fine thread, finest thread you can get.
Yeah.
To get the pressure on. You can use a reversible hammer too.
Yeah.
But a reversible hammer we can use, this is a hammer.
Yeah.
That's what the lip is out real far on that for.
Yeah.
When you put the weight on it, we can give it a clout. Just to try and loosen it. It could be quite hard to move now.
And we have the gas then there as well to heat up the casing to expand it, and then hopefully it should just pop out. But if it's anything like the tyre, probably won't. I go back to sorting out my pipes.
Follow me and no one else today.
So it's absolutely peeing rain at the minute, as it normally does when we get close to the date. Good few dry days coming when the date starts, so we should be sound. But yeah, I've half of that middle done, but again, some of my clips are rotten, so I have to get a lot of clips. I think we have some inside. To get them done, then it's just climb up and check the macerator out. And I'll check see all my droppers are working. I think I have someone in the middle not working, but it could have been them pipes. But when I get up, I take off one side of the macerator to check, see what the wear is like in it. And yeah, Father Phil's well on. He's bolt welded here, so he's ready to whack down in the morning. Be on the miserable side now to be going at it. So Father Phil is just starting to see will it make a move. So the blowtorch to heat up the casting around the bearing, and then as you would have seen, our fine thread welded onto the top of the bolt that goes into the kingpin. So is it moving?
Yeah, keep going.
It is moving.
Yeah, keep going. Could have been EirCode. It sits there just a head sit. Put the new bearing on, bait it back down, put the cap on it.
What's been done there now?
We extracted this out of the axle.
So that's it, just sitting there.
It's basic, but
Yeah,
it's an old trick I done a few times.
yeah,
And it's the only way. Some lads use a reversible hammer,
yeah,
but if you get the right thread, the right fine thread, and a bit of heat, and get everything just right, and that's a great evening because everything's cold.
yeah. So everything is shrunk, so
you
it
get
gets
the heat
extra
on it.
effect from the heat.
When you new bearing on it, pack it back in and rinse and repeat on the bottom.
So far, easier than taking off the wheel.
See now, another thing with that now is the grease.
The copper grease.
Well, any grease, but
Any
copper
grease.
grease is very good for what that is. I know it's anti-season, but it just gives a nice coating on everything.
So that everything kind of slides, because you need
But
the...
it's you up the thread if you had that well grease now.
Yeah, because
That's it.
you need the washer and the nut to spin.
Spin.
Again, the
You
flat
don't have
steel
any
plate.
friction.
Yeah. It's not going further than that.
No, but just lift up the hub, you see.
Oh, aye, the hub comes up to it. That's it, that's one done. Yep. I thought, by how hard it was to get the wheel off, I thought we were in for an ordeal, but we won't see it until the bottom one's off.
Now, over here, my good boy. Just look at what had rained today.
Yeah, I know. Your 4 bolts are in that. Do you need anything to go in on them, or just whack them in? You have a 19.
The grease ended that alright now.
Oh, it was. I can get the grease gun there and check it for you. Just hold up the end of it there. Happy days. Now, bottom one next. So, all droppers on, all pipes sorted. So now, macerator. So all I have to do is take off all the Allen keys on this side and then pull it off, and then I'll be able to get in. Don't take off the pipes. Last time we done, just all them Allen heads out, off, and get into it. Liv is coming out to give me a hand, just because I probably need it just to bring tools to me to pry it open and that. I need a step ladder. Hopefully it won't take me too long. When I get that off, I'm going to get the hose pipe and then stick it down every dropper and make sure I have water so that I know nothing is blocked. So it's just up there, and then the dribble bar is done. Just need to grease it then, and happy days.
We are the superhuman, indestructible, wild party animals.
We have the end off. Now we can look in and we can see what we actually have. You can look in and you can kind of guess what you have, but without actually getting in, you're not really going to know. So you can see what's left on the stars. So these are the cutting discs, and you can see there's still a couple of mil there before it starts wearing on the base, so it's good enough for another season anyways. So we're just going to take off, this all just pulls off, so I'm going to pull it all off, clean it up, might try sharpen the knives while I have it out, run the grinder on them, give them a bit of a brightening, and then I'm going to get Liv with the water pipe, and we're going to stick it in all them and see that they're all letting water out, so that I know every pipe is unblocked. But yeah, happy out. Wasn't too bad, didn't take too long, did it, Liv? Grand job. So just going to start cleaning up these bits. So just clean out all the muck, just give them a bit of a sharpen. Isn't necessary, not really, but when I have them out and I'm just cleaning up and checking all over for the wear, there's a little bit more to be got out of them, so this should do the next season just about. Goggles, grinder, we get to it.
I just wanna be myself for a day. Follow me and no one else today.
So what you see me do there is, this is the tri-piece, the middle piece, and I'm just checking my springs, making sure that none of them are broke. So the spring is in the center, you have your disc side or side, and then the spring keeps the pressure on these, so they keep pushing out. As it wears down, it keeps pushed out, keeps wearing it down, make sure it's chopping the slurry. If one of them broke, it meant that this isn't going to do its job. So we are quite low now. It's getting quite worn now. It's 2 years since we done them, so thought we would have got a bit more out of them. I think we got a bit more out of the first set. I think we got 3 years out of the first set, or 4 years. Just I can't remember how long I have this system now. Stick it back together, back into the macerator.
All what we've done, we're children of the future. Run when we tell you to run. Come join the revolution, stand up and throw down your guns. The new generation, run when we tell you to run. Let's start a revolution. Let's start a revolution.
And now that is the macerator back together. We're going to have to go back to that in probably when the spring work is over and we're kind of in between. We're a bit on the worse side, but there's still more to be got out of them. There is still a bit more to be got. So all that's left to be done now, all the pipes are her tractor service that earlier today while the cameras were charging. Service and tractor, you've seen oil being changed hundreds of times now at this point. So just have to do the bottom kingpin bearing and this, which is a little bit of trouble. Father Phil, my mother, had booked a thing out for them, so they had to go off, hence it's not getting done now, but it'll be done in the morning. Then it's just grease the system, sweep out the cab, and I'll give it a quick wash tomorrow, knock the dirt off. I should have done that as the first job, but I was just very keen to make sure we got ahead, to make sure that there was nothing else wrong, just in case. We'll pick it up in the morning. I just done all that macerator work by myself, but my lovely assistant, my wife Liv, she gave me a hand, as we call. She done the go for stuff, and that saves quite a bit of time, especially when you have to climb up ladders and climb up the wheel of the tractor. Nearly there now.
Let's start a revolution. I just wanna be myself for a day. Follow me and no one else to the revolution.
And Father Phil has it out. Happy days?
Oh god, yeah. Terrible bit of daylight makes an awful difference.
Yeah, happy days. That's out. I have the grease nipple fixed on the other end of that. So, yeah, nearly ready for...
Well, ready for back nearly. Once you get it out, it's a great job.
Happy
And a
days.
bit of heat.
Bit of heat.
Oh man, the bit of heat. Like what that colour's cost? It's €25.
Yeah, €5 for the steel and a tenner to bore it. And whatever you pay for the bolts.
15 for the boats.
€30 for a homemade kingpin bearing puller, and it's been easier to get them off than it was to get the wheel off, because the wheel,
And they should have been the hardest, but the
Yeah.
right way. You have the right tool.
the right tool for the job.
Yeah, look, the right tool for the
Right
job.
tool. So I'm just doing me wiring. I have one of me power wires going into the cab, which supplies power to them lights there, and the lights on the wings isn't working. I want me switches, so just going to check these fuses here, and then once I get power in there, swap out the cab. That's my end finished. Father Phil is just about finished here.
Are you coming to get me? Send the big bad wolf to fetch me. I've been staging a pro.
And now that is it, all serviced, all put back together, all done. She is ready for some slurry. And yes, that pipe there, I just have to put back on the carry pack and then put it back to the right side. But other than that, yeah, we're getting there. So now, put everything back on. We are just about there. Oh yes, best time of the year.
Test. Swapping guns for roses. Resorted to reverie. Campaign is for liberty. Here to render a legacy.
And we're all back together, ready for slurry, all serviced up. And we're a day ahead of ourselves last year, because last year it was dinner time Monday, the first day of the slurry before we got going, because we bust the pipe on the front railer when we literally went to leave the yard. So we're a day ahead of ourselves, so I'll take that, one day ahead. Next year, if I can be 2 days ahead of myself, you know, it'll be great. I'm gonna bring it into the yard now, give her a quick wash off, just to brighten it up a bit. But I've all I need to make for this video done. Cab is filled with all my bits and bobs. The only thing I'm missing is my claw hammer has gone missing. So I need to get claw hammer, I need to get wet wipes, I need to get a length of rope. Wet wipes for what, keeping the hands clean before you eat, because we generally eat while we're working, pumping, so we don't have to stop. Rope for tying off pipes, and I have all my tools, all my other bits and bobs, my high-vis jacket, everything else is done. Now, just for everyone who's asking, we did have the FJ Dynamics in this last year, and we had it for a year. That was the arrangement with it. Vantage Ireland come to me and said they wanted to put a flow meter on our system. Bring us to the next level. We needed to have the unit that was going to communicate with the flow meter and give us the best possible results, and that is the Trimble system. So now we can plug our flow meter into Dicebus, which is going to connect to our Trimble screen, and then I can do proof of product placement with that. So I can print off reports when the slurry is spread, showing the field where I spread it and the amount of gallons was put out and the rate I put it out at. This is precision slurry spreading at its finest that we can do at the minute, and it was the next step. It's the next logical step for us, and that's why we went down this road. But I've nothing against the FJ Dynamic system. It done exactly what it said in the tin. It do straight lines all day long, and you seen yourself, we sowed oats with it, perfect. But to just get the flow meter to communicate and get to the next level, we had to go to the Trimble. So, and on that note, if anyone is watching who wants to get us to spread your slurry, we pump slurry all day long from now till March. It's my favorite time of year. It's my favorite job of all the jobs we do, and we do a lot of jobs. Pipe and slurry is my favorite. We're going into our 24th season pipe and slurry, so we know all the tricks and everything there is to know about slurry, pump and slurry. We know it all. If anyone is interested in getting us to spread your slurry, if you're in Longford, Westmeath or Roscommon, they'll be kind of our areas, you can head over, there'll be a link in the description down below to Stewart Agri Facebook page, and you can send me a DM there and I'll get back to you straight away if you want to get a quote or see whether you're within our area, if you're interested in getting some slurry spread. But yeah, I'm making a bit of a push on with the big square baler and that, so if you want to head over, if you're interested in getting us to do any contracting work, you don't have a number for us already, you can head to Stewart Agri on Facebook and you can follow us there, and you can get in touch with me there to get quotes on work. But anyways, that's the slurry system. We're ready to go tomorrow. Happy days. Can put my feet up for the rest of the day knowing that we're ready to go. One last thing, I want to give a big thank you to Midwest Electrical, who have helped us put a lot of tools in the workshop over the last nearly a year now, giving us good discounts and that, and giving us a good hand. And I have to give them a big thanks. As you've seen, I've kind of getting a bit more mechanical rip and stuff, and I done the macerator by myself. And the reason why I'm getting confident at it is because I have the tools. I just go into the workshop, I know where they are, I get them, use them, and I do have to tidy up out here, but I'll do that tomorrow night when we get back. I just don't have time. But big thanks to them, because I now have the tools. It makes life so much easier. Always before this, you want to do something, you were trying to find tools, you spent half an hour trying to find a tool, you lost interest, you give up. Now I have the tools and I can do it. So big thanks to Midwest Electrical. Anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. If you want to get some slurry spread, follow us at Stewart Agri on Facebook, and we're going to leave it at that. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Stay safe at the slurry season. Keep an eye out for the unseen toll gases and that, and we'll all make it out the other side okay. But it is time to spread some shit. Best time of the year. Good luck.